Today we're going to be looking at Jungle Hunt on the Atari 2600. Now this game's by Taito. It was originally called Jungle King, and the main character was a bare-chested guy in a loincloth, just running through the jungle, side-scrolling action style-y. However, it was seen as too much of a resemblance to Tarzan, and Taito were eventually sued over the fact. So this was then changed to a rather generic-looking explorer chap, which doesn't actually affect the game at all. The basic premise is you're going through the jungle to save some young lady who's unfortunately got captured by some cannibalistic-looking tribesmen in the middle of the jungle. So let's go take a look at it.
Now the graphics are okay, got quite a nice variety of colours and quite a lot of movement going on. It's quite well done really. And other than the little beeps whenever we do an action or jump or whatever's going on, we have a tiny little bit of introduction music at the beginning of each stage. Okay, so Jungle Hunt comprises of 4 distinct stages. Now each stage is like its own little mini game and has its own separate aim and gameplay dynamic. Okay, so we've just seen the rope swing section, which was changed from vines after the legal nastiness I mentioned earlier. And this stage relies purely upon timing. Once the rope swings to its optimum point, you press the button and you just jump and grab onto the next one, and you just get through this as quickly as possible. And next we have the swimming stage, where you just dodge all these crocodiles and last till you get to the end of the stage. And you also have to keep an eye on the amount of oxygen you have and pop up to the top to get another lungful when you start running low. And then comes the rolling rock stage, which is just another reflex game where you just avoid the little rocks that come rolling along the bottom, and then when you see a large bouncing rock, just position yourself correctly and duck until the rock's over your head, and then just carry on as normal. The 4th stage, you just have to avoid these tribesmen, jump over their head, which is a lot harder than it looks. You have to be quite specific with your jumps, and their movement's quite erratic to boot. It's probably the weakest of the stages, and it just gets rather frustrating. I end up wasting most of my lives on this bit. Now when you reach the girl at the end of this section, you've effectively beaten the game. In a similar manner to Forest that I've covered previously, the points you have left over will be totaled up, and then you'll be whipped back to the beginning of the stage to play again, this time with increased difficulty and speed. From this point onwards, the game will just loop for as long as you survive and manage to hang on to all of your lives. Now when I first started playing, I thought I was going to be treated to a WarioWare style minigame game where I was just going to have all kinds of different stages thrown at me. Apparently I forgot I was playing a 2600 game where I was going to be fairly limited as to the amount of variation they could put into the game. Now I really like the format of this game, where a younger or an inexperienced player can pick up the game and pretty much see everything there is to see within just a couple minutes, and those willing to give it some time and keep coming back can work on their skills and get further and challenge themselves to do better. That said, I'm unconvinced it's a rewarding enough game to keep people coming back over and over. I personally found it quite unbalanced, and the stages really are of various quality, so I don't really think I'll be returning to this game to kill time on a quiet evening. I think the quick blast I've given it just for the purposes of this review will suffice. So that's about it for Jungle Hunt. I hope you enjoyed this review, and hope to see you next time.